sila ganyan? Because they know we will keep quiet.
It's CINEMALAYA season again this year, and I figured that since I reacted to CINEMALAYA trailers last year, I'm gonna do it again this year because I enjoyed it. And this is also a way for me to see what film I'm going to watch this year because honestly, I can't watch all of them, so we're just gonna have to pick a few or one. So this is one way of me choosing what film I'm going to watch for this year's CINEMALAYA. Like last year, I didn't read any synopsis of the film, although I know a few because I've read them on social media, but I don't know anything about the films in detail, so we're just gonna judge them based on the trailers. So I'm only gonna watch the 30-second teasers of the films because apparently I cannot find trailers for all of them. So we're just gonna watch the small clips and then I'm gonna read the synopsis first just to get a grasp of what the film is about. Let's start with Warla. I've heard about this because I've been following Southern Land, the production company that produced Tumandok, the entry last year, and this is their entry for this year. So let's see. I think this is about a transgender woman, and yeah, I'm right.
Kit Kat or transgender woman finds the family she's been foreign young sisters seeking a foreign men to find their gender affirming surgeries until the crimes force her to question the true cost of belonging.
Okay, let's see. Let's watch this. Who is Warla? Is it Karen? What's that? Nagulat ako. Well, okay. Interesting. So, I guess one of the members of the gang ends up being dead. And the mystery is going to... And the story, rather. And the story is going to circle on that death. I think that's it. I'm actually inclined to watch Warla at first, but let's see. Let's watch other teasers. That's interesting. Anyway, next is Republika ng Pilipinas.
Says here when the local government threatens to evict her from her own land, the farmer renounces her Filipino citizenship and builds her own micronation.
Karabitong Presidente ng Pilipinas, calling President ng Pilipinas. Hello?
I mean, how about we just make our own micro country inside the Philippines? Like, instead of overpowering the people in government, let's just create our own country within the Philippines and let's call it Pilipinas. Interesting.
Ang pinaka mahirap na role ay ang pagiging Pilipino.
Yes.
Kasi hindi siya acting eh.
Okay, Alessandra De Rossi is here and I've been wanting to watch her on the big screen. This one just added to the potential films I'm going to watch this year.
Deba! Gusto ko yung kausapin ng President, Nay!
Okay, so now the government listens. Diba, that's it. Why don't we just create a nation of our own? And instead of, fighting the politicians that we currently have right now, let's just create a nation of our own and maybe then they'll listen. This one is interesting as well. I think this has a humorous twist in it, and I kind of like that when it comes to discussing heavier topics, the touch of humor. Let's move on to the next, which is Raging.
It says here that Ilman's quest for truth and justice intertwines with the brainwashed mystery uncovering a sinister plot that propels his desire to be heard but also threatens his community.
What is this about? I'm sorry, my mind is blank. Let's just watch it.
Tawa na lang kami tagi sa kagramo nga ginto. Balato mo sa amon.
Buhay, mayaman na ni pagtapos, no?
Para sa imo ano.
Patulog doon.
I don't like shots like that because I feel like if I see shots like that, there will be someone or something that will pop in the screen.
Sa 29 na niyan. Mga paghihapon. Kabugat paghihapon. Kinaisip ko pagod kihapon.
I didn't get much from the teaser, which is, I guess, the point of teasers. It's just to tease you, but unfortunately, it didn't get teased that much. I'm sorry. I don't know what this is about. Let's see the comments. Oh, there's no comments. But I feel like this is a heavy one, and I feel like it leans on the thriller side. Let's move on to the fourth one, and it's Pagdiditis.
Says here, years after experiencing sexual harassment at her workplace, a former executive assistant is persuaded by a passionate lawyer to file a case against her rich and highly respected boss.
This is interesting.
I believe in God, Father Almighty. I believe in Jesus Christ, His only Son, our Lord. Sila ganyan. Because they know we will keep quiet.
That's the thing about sexual offenders, or that's the thing about perpetrators when it comes to sexual harassment. They are doing it again and again because they know that the victims will keep quiet, especially if the perpetrator is someone who is big or someone who has a renowned position, or he is renowned in the industry, especially if it's in the workplace. Victims get really afraid to speak out because of that dynamic in the relationship of the perpetrator and the victim. And it's sad because it's true. Most of the time, the victims don't really say anything because they're afraid that their job might be jeopardized, or that they will no longer have a career in the industry because, again, the perpetrator is someone powerful within the industry. So, yeah, it's a sad truth.
Ano ba talaga ginawa sa'yo ng boss mo?
Victims don't really get the chance to really speak out against the harassment because they are jeopardizing and they are putting a lot at risk. And of course, we can't blame them for that. Hopefully, they will tackle the issue at hand very carefully and very delicately. Okay, let's watch the next, which is Padamlagan. Hopefully, I'm saying that right. Oops, I didn't read the synopsis. Sorry. Oh, this Eli Buendia?
5 days before the proclamation of martial law, the Colgante River Bridge, crossed the mother forcing father into the bridges for his missing son. Okay, this is set during the martial law era.
Ay, Pan! Noy!
Nagkasuruan daw sinda bago pa sa Colgante.
Ay, sa DZR, pinagkapot ka na.
Manay, gabos na, di umanan ko. Kung daim mo kaya, pinilit na mag-iba si Ake.
Ano gusto mong sabihin? Ano na ako tinutukdo mo? Na ako ang may kasalan?
Hindi si Simon ay may kasalan.
Is there a possibility that his son was an activist? The premise of the film is interesting, but it didn't pique my interest that much. How are they going to find the son? Because I feel like their search is going to stretch through the martial law, or through the proclamation of the martial law. So how are they going to find his son? Anyway, that's Ali Buendia. I'm right earlier. But like I said, it didn't pique my interest that much. Let's move on to the next, which is Open Endings. This film, or the actors in this film, has had controversies before this film even screens, or before it even becomes public. This is about 4 queer women in their 30s who are exes turned best friends, navigate adulthood, love, friendship, chosen families, and everything in between.
Diba best friends ko naman kayong lahat, so you'll understand me. You have to.
I think I can still fix this. Pag nabigay ko na yung space na kailangan niya, mamimiss niya ako.
Sobrang ganda ng friendship, diba? Sobrang ganda nun, pero parang nagmumukha siyang consolation prize.
I like Jasmine, Janela's fine, but Clea, I'm sorry, I can't stand her. I'm sorry.
Para sa kanya.
Ay na, magkakaibigan tayo, hindi na pa kayo natuto? Ha? Di ba hindi na dapat natin tinatalo isa't isa?
Oh, okay. Someone crossed the line. I feel like this is gonna be a good film, but because Clea is here and because of the issue surrounding her and Janella, I won't be watching this. This won't be on my, even on the roster of the films that I'm going to watch. This won't make it. But the premise is interesting, about queer women, about queer friendships, and crossing the line and setting boundaries, I think. So this is good. If you want to watch it, then that's fine. But for me, it's out of the question. Next, we have Habang Nilalamon ng Hydra ang Kasaysayan. Sorry, Mylene Dizon is in this film, and I mean, the fact that Mylene Dizon alone is in this film makes it to my roster. I'm not familiar with Hydra. The only Hydra that I'm familiar with is the one that is associated with Captain America in Avengers or in Marvel. Four Filipinos confront the slow erasure of memory and truth in a country devoured by disinformation. Oh, this is sci-fi.
Nandito na ang Hydra sa Maynila.
Okay, so is this Hydra really associated with the Hydra that I know in Marvel?
Hindi mo man makilala. Madalas mo siyang nakikita. Meron siyang siyam na ulo at ang bawat isa sa mga ito may sinasabing kasinungalingan. Kaya ang ilan sa atin
Ganda.
Ano pang puntong mag-usap o magtalo? Wala naman nakakaalam po ng totoo.
It's gonna be much more interesting if Hydra is a metaphor for something because it has the touch of history in it. So habang nilalaman ng Hydra ang kasaysayan, so it's gonna be much more. It's gonna be much better if Hydra is a metaphor for something that erases history. But yeah, I'm not really into sci-fi. Like I said, this is in my roster because it has many Dizon in it, but it's low right now. Let's move on to the next, which is Cinema Tears. So this is horror.
Mabuhay ang katipunan!
Okay, I mean, the fact that she is filming in a location where thousands of lives were taken away is brave. Is this horror? Or are they just hiding the fact that this is a horror in the teaser, which is clever? But why is it called Cinema Tears? Is it because, or is this an exhibition of the grit of filmmakers, especially young and aspiring filmmakers, in making a name for themselves? Is that it? Is that why it's called Cinema Tears? Or am I stretching it too much? Let's move on to the next, the ninth, which is the film Child number 82. Is this satire? A lot of action fantasy stars, movie stars, really has a lot of kids, which is not a surprise.
May nakikita ka bang papa mo dito? May ebidensya ka ba na isa ka sa mga anak ni Boy ka na?
Is this JM?
Gustong maging katulad niya. Max! Papa!
What's that? I don't know what to say. I don't know what to feel. Thank God Fiang's not here. I'm sorry. But, oh my God, she's not just that good at acting or expressing her feelings or expressing the feelings that the scene wants her to express. No, good thing she's not here. It's not that interesting for me. I feel like it's gonna be a comedy one. Let's just move on to the next, which is the second to the last film, Bloom Where You Are Planted. Now this is a premise that would interest me, and this is a premise that is very indie.
Kami ay mga munting binhi na tumutubo kahit sa pinakamaliliit na bitak ng simento. lalaban at lalaban upang mabuhay.
Is this a documentary?
Yayabong kami kahit sa pinakamahihirap na kalagayan.
Oh, it's a documentary film. This is interesting. Now this is on my the top of my choices. This is one of the things that I love about indie films. It's the fact that they are being utilized to tell the world that these issues exist and to give voices to these people. And I'm very glad that it is the topic of this film. I would like to watch this. I wanted to watch a documentary for once for CINEMALAYA. So this is on my top one for now. And let's watch the last one, which is Omnibus. Wait, is this... Oh, so they only have 10 films this year. So this year they have some interesting films, but I didn't find every film interesting. How should I put this? I like the entries more for last year because I feel like it's more in character for indie films and for CINEMALAYA, the films last year. For this year, I don't like them that much. There are a couple that really piqued my interest, but not all of them are really... I mean, I don't like all of them. I mean, of course, it's a personal preference, but yeah, I just didn't like some of the films. And the genres of the films that they are going to screen for this year CINEMALAYA is interesting. They have sci-fi here. It's not just, it's not all about social issues, I think, in hindsight, when you watch the teasers and you read about the synopsis of the films. They have really played with the genres for this year. They have really diverse selection for this year, but like I said, I prefer the lineup for last year. But all in all, this is Philippine cinema, and yeah, it's just so nice that there is still CINEMALAYA for this year. And I hope that everyone will be able to watch indie films, because most indie films that we are producing here in our country are much more worth of our time than mainstream films that are being screened in the Philippines. Hopefully, I'll be able to watch one. And I'm not a student anymore, so I can no longer use the student discount, which is 100 pesos, by the way. Support Filipino films, support Philippine independent films, and support CINEMALAYA. Yeah, I had so much fun doing this, and probably I'm gonna do it again next year. Who knows? But bye for now. Thank you so much for watching. If you're still watching at this point, this is really annoying. What the heck? Anyway, thank you for watching. Support Philippine cinema. Bye. Thank you so much.